his daily life, Ramana Maharishi exhibited many saintly qualities. Possessing only a simple white loincloth and walking stick, he accepted no special treatment for himself.
One very noticeable and very distinctive aspect of his lifestyle was the utter uncompromising egalitarianism he displayed to not only the people who came, but also the animals in his presence.
With a St. Francis-like ability to commune with animals, squirrels, monkeys and peacocks all seemed to flourish under the loving and protective grace of Bhagwan.
Not having the capacity for intellectualization or having any problems with ideas in their head, they just felt a natural, unconditional devotion to him, and he felt that and responded.
Intuitively drawn to Arunachala at a young age, Bhagwan's love for the physical form of the mountain only deepened with time. He loved to walk along its slopes and even acknowledged it as his guru. Today, scores of pilgrims perambulate its base as a sacred act of reverence. They, like many saints and seekers through the ages, are mysteriously drawn to this most extraordinary of sacred sites. In the late 1940s, Maharishi's health began to fail due to the appearance of a malignant sarcoma on his arm. Despite the debilitating condition, he insisted that all who came be given full access to him. While his physical body became increasingly frail, his towering spiritual presence remained intact. During his final days, streams of people filed past his room to catch a last glimpse of the great sage of Arunachala. The Maharishi reassured grieving devotees. While the death of his physical body was imminent, his true formless self remained eternally present. Miraculously, at the final moment of death, thousands witnessed a large comet trail across the night sky and disappear behind the holy mountain. Ramana Ashram continues to flourish today, with seekers from all corners of the globe coming to soak in the sanctified surrounds and to connect more deeply to Bhagwan and his teachings. Maharishi's shrine is still said to silently emanate his spiritual aura, and many continue to have the same experience of perfect peace that Ramana radiated in his lifetime. Amongst the many visitors here is Dr. Nicholas Sutton from the Oxford Centre for Hindu Studies.
Advaita isn't just a philosophy, it's also based on mystical experience. And Ramana Maharshi himself, who was here, he wasn't a philosopher, he was a mystic. He didn't need to explain logically Advaita, but he knew the truth of Advaita because he had experienced it in a mystical experience that he had early in life.
Many of Ramana's personal effects are treated as sacrosanct, and original manuscripts of his teachings are carefully preserved with modern state-of-the-art technology. No effort has been spared in restoring the precious photo and film archive. Visiting this simple Indian village, it seems as though we have journeyed to the very heart of the world. Images of Ramana abound everywhere, and despite the gradual encroachment of modern modes of living, we appear to have travelled to somewhere truly timeless. Reluctant to take our leave from this most hallowed of places, we made our way back to David's home on the outskirts of the city. While the main body of David's work as an author consists of the life and teachings of Ramana, over the years it has expanded to include a number of Maharishi's disciples. His 3-volume anthology, Nothing Ever Happened, documents the extraordinary life of one such devotee Sri Punjaji, or Papaji as he was fondly known.
I first went to Papaji to ask him questions about a book I was compiling of experiences of Ramana devotees. I found his story so amazing, so full of incidents, I decided to turn that chapter into a full-length book, and then as the material continuously expanded, it was 2 books, it was 3 books, and by the time I'd finished it was a 3-volume, 1,200-page biography. He has, I would say, the most extraordinary life of anybody I've ever come across. Miracles, visions, dramatic experiences. For his entire life, he's been meeting complete strangers, having brief and absolutely phenomenal exchanges with them, leaving those people with a direct experience of the self.
Fired up with an all-consuming love for Lord Krishna, he traversed the length and breadth of India in search of a master who could help him see God. In 1944, he met Ramana Maharishi, who told him, "God is within you. He is not apart from you. If you find the source of the mind by asking yourself, 'Who am I?' you will experience God in your heart as the self." Papaji's life and spiritual understanding were profoundly transformed. He later recalled, "The silent gaze of Maharishi re-established me in the primal state. The desire to search for an external God perished in the direct experience of the self, and I knew that my spiritual quest had ended." Papaji continued to work and support a large extended family after his awakening. While he never considered himself to be a teacher, many came to regard him as their guru. Although Papaji passed away in 1997, we hope that by traveling to his home in the northern city of Lucknow, we'd be able to find out more about his life and to meet some of his family and devotees. In a modest and simple home, his room and effects have been carefully preserved by his family, for whom Papaji's loving presence played a dual role of father and teacher.
Really, he is very affectionate and loving father and grandfather. And he is so minutely observe everybody's action, what they are doing, my children, I and my mother-in-law. He just observe and just to teach my son and daughter, and he very much curious about the daily routine, what we are doing.
He changed my way of looking at the world, so that, I used to think that God was outside of myself, God was something to pray to, and now I realize that God is within me.
Lovingly called the Lion of Lucknow by his devotees, Papaji's room bears evidence of his deep love for Lord Krishna as a young boy and for his master later in life. Paging through some of his diaries, we found some remarkable spiritual wisdom. He writes that we are free here and now, and that we need not strive or practice to realize the ever-present self. All that is required is to stop all effort and to simply remain quiet.
To quieten the mind is very difficult, and if you could do it, you are free, and that is most happiest occasion of your life.